Bring on the Halloween, bring on the monsters, bring on the candy, yeah!
The Nun has now surpassed every movie in the Conjuring universe in terms of worldwide gross. Almost 350 million cashed in at the box office. So, it is officially the best film in the Conjuring universe. Wait, is that not how it works? Listen, I wanted The Nun to succeed. I saw all the marketing for it, and I praised the marketing team for what they were doing. They put a deceptive screamer as a YouTube pre-roll. The balls it takes to do that. Yeah, it's a dick move, but it's funny, and it's also gonna get people talking about your movie. They even added a Snapchat filter that was, spoiler alert, another screamer. Oh my god. Could this possibly give someone a heart attack? Yeah, but I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Marketing teams don't care. Their job is to spread the word of the movie, and they did just that. Now, even though it's the highest grossing film in the Conjuring universe, it's also the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes, right below Annabelle.
I'm not a puppet, I'm a real boy!
I watched The Nun in theaters, and during the movie, my girlfriend looked over to me and she asked me, "Are you scared?"
Are you dumb?
Oh my god, The Nun scared me so much in The Conjuring 2. Well, get ready for not that. What a fucking letdown, guys. So I went back, trying to retrace my steps to see where we went wrong here. So I took it upon myself to rewatch The Conjuring 2, where Demon Nun made her first appearance, because from what I remembered, I thought the nun was creepy in The Conjuring 2. So what the fuck happened here that I am no longer creeped out by this character? Oh, maybe it's that this character cannot carry a movie alone. Hence why in The Conjuring 2, she was the main villain, spoiler alert, but she was barely in the movie. She was just all mysterious and standing down hallways, like, was good. She let the old man ghost and the crooked man steal the show. Before I go any further, I can't talk about this movie without spoiling it. So if you don't want me to spoil it, feel free to click on another video, preferably one of mine. There's your warning. 3, 2, 1. Anyways, as I was saying, this is how you know there shouldn't have been a movie strictly about the nun, because there ain't none to talk about. The nun doesn't talk. She has like one scene where she actually does stuff before the ending. She's just there pulling the strings the whole movie. She's got some lackeys in this one too, but these suck. It's a kid with a forced origin story who goes AVP for no reason, and the Lord of the Nuns who doesn't move. They're so uninteresting. James Wan said people really liked the nun character in The Conjuring 2, so they wanted to expand on that and show how she came about. And you want to know how long they talk about that in the movie? Not long. There was a duke, spent too much time on the dark web, tried to summon hell things through a crack in the floor. A bunch of Fortnite skins come rushing in and seal the crack with flex tape.
That's a lot.
I mean the blood of Christ. And they make it a holy abbey. Then oh no, there's bombs in wartime that hit the abbey, and just because the floor is destroyed, the evil is able to escape? Even though I thought it had to be summoned? Is it that easy to bring upon evil? I just need a shovel to find demons? You tell me there's not potholes down the road that the fucking evil could have escaped from? Why would the evil try and penetrate the most holy place ever? This doesn't make sense. And you wanna know something more annoying? I don't even know the nun's motivation in this movie. I know what they told me it was. Get this, to take over a vessel, a person, which I have a quick question about. Why? Don't really get why she would want a fragile human body when she can alter reality. You see, the nun is basically Thanos. This is what I call the Thanos flaw. When you have a being where we don't fully understand the extent of their power. Thanos had stones that were vaguely described little by little, but at one point where he could bend time and reality, it was like, okay, I don't think he needs the last stone. I'm pretty sure he's unbeatable at this point. Star-Lord just has a gun. Kill him. Now, the nun had no stones, yet she could do everything. She can create apparitions to potentially harm others. She can bury someone instantaneously and recarve tombstones. She can make practically anything move. She can cause winds, has superhuman strength, has the roar of Arcanine. She can teleport. She's broken. And yeah, that bothers me. I don't believe that these people have a chance. When the villain spends the whole movie terrorizing them without any real intent, it's annoying. Like, at least feed me some bullshit like, oh, she's steadily getting stronger, so we need to stop her now before she gets her full power. But she starts almighty. It feels like she could have killed them 7 times over. And yeah, it's fair to say that that's nitpicky, but it's not like you had me invested in the movie. I was never on the edge of my seat. It was just like, oh, The priest is in the graveyard? It's a good thing they didn't ruin the scene with the trailer. Oh, wait. Oh, the good nun is walking with the bad nun behind her? It's a good thing they didn't ruin this scene with the trailer.
Hello! My name is...
The nun did not care about your satisfactory viewing experience. They showed their hand in the trailer and went balls out marketing just to get asses in seats. The nun's ominous self is creepy, and they play on that the whole movie. Her actual self is a lady in makeup. You know how disappointed I was to come face to face with the nun at the end of the movie and just be like, oh, it's just a zombie thing. Looks like an extra from Dusk Till Dawn. Now, this is shattered. Now I'm not scared of her. And funny enough, I didn't have that reaction when I saw her in The Conjuring 2. Isn't that weird? It's almost like I didn't care because she wasn't the fucking title of the movie. The nun actually talked at one point just to set up one of the characters for a snarky comeback. Die, you Canadian scum. I'm French Canadian, bitch. Je m'appelle connasse. Boom! Punches the nun right in her football field schnoz. So safe to say, I was annoyed leaving the theater. But little did I know that just 2 weeks later, I would conjure up this crazy idea to talk to you guys about the nun. Meaning, I needed a bit of a refresher. So, I went back to the movies. Alone. This time, like a serial killer. It's funny because the guy at the concession stand gave me a free small popcorn because he just eyed me up and down like, oh, this poor fucking schmuck. Alone at the movies, no girl. Yeah, come on, here. Clog your arteries. On the house. The point is, I didn't need the refresher. I didn't miss shit, except more stuff to be annoyed about. Let's run down the movie. The movie opens with 2 nuns trying to do something. Kill the nun, I think. And the nun kills one of them, so the other one hangs herself to not let the demon overtake her body, even though I don't see why the first nun wasn't a candidate for possession. I don't know if I just missed something, but it's not explained. Cut to the Vatican City where the religious leaders look like fucking mobsters sending Father Burke to meet with Sister Irene to investigate the nun's suicide.
In the Vatican, the way they had them set up, they was just sitting across the table. They had on the full priest outfit and they was like, yeah, we want to send you to Hungary to check something out. You know, it's like, well, what's going on? It's top secret. It's classified. Well, where am I going? You'll know it's in the file. And then there was another priest on the side of him and just slid him the file and didn't say nothing. I was like, yo, why are they sitting here like they just the CIA or some mafia type dudes? You're priests. Just be like, here you go, man, praise God. May God be with you. Why y'all gotta be so serious and uptight?
And something funny, the whole movie, I was watching it like, where is this guy from? I know this guy. I'm like telling my girlfriend, like, dude, this is bothering the shit out of me. And a few days later, I'm on the IMDb for The Nun for a completely different reason, and I see the name, Damian Bichir. And that's all it took for me to realize that Father Burke is the dad from Lowriders, another movie I reviewed. That's why this story matters. I like Damian. I think he did good with whatever fuck he was supposed to do in that movie. And don't worry, we're not gonna talk about the fact that they're clearly pandering to foreign audiences. So they meet up with a guy nicknamed Frenchie. He's the guy who found the body, so they travel back there. Frenchie tells them how the village he lives in believes there's evil there. They go inside, meet the Lord of the Nuns, stay the night, and these two sound off exposition for 5 minutes. They have this revelation setup that is the laziest shit I've ever seen. Sister Irene is talking to Father Burke, and she's like, oh, well, I always used to have these visions, and something I always remembered was Mary points the way. You know how they tried to give you that oh moment? They're looking for the blood of Christ, and there's a random ass statue of the Virgin Mary that has a beam of light shooting from her finger to the location of it. It's not even kind of subtle. Father Burke just spots it out instantly like, don't you see it? Mary points the way. Father Burke has a similar stupid thing going on. He talks about how he tried to exorcise some possessed boy in the past, and that boy he talks about starts haunting him immediately, by the way. But before that, the writing is something else, right? And I love that Damian is the one reading these lines off. He did a crossword puzzle earlier in the movie, and that just ends up like being his thing. So after talking about his inner debate with exorcising the kid, he ends it with, now that is a puzzle. Good night, Sister Irene. So yeah, this kid appears and lures Father Burke to the cemetery.
Get jebaited, kid.
And here's the priest falls into the coffin to have it immediately covered scene.
And you want a better follow-up scene to that?
How about the Sister Irene has a fucking brain blast to find out which grave the priest is in scene? This dainty 100-pound nun digs up his grave in like a minute flat. Damian is saved! Now how can we smoothly transition into Father Burke's next couple scenes? Oh hey look, there's books in the coffin you were in.
Maybe they will help shine a light.
Maybe they will.
Maybe they will, Damian.
The nun just gave you reading material that has the secret that ultimately leads to her demise. There's a scene that isn't important at all, but Damien's walking up to stairs and there's blood that should have been dry already. So he like touches it and it's wet. And then he says, another puzzle. There's this terrible actor, Sister Owana, who's one of the 3 characters on this cast. Her whole scene talking with Sister Irene is cringy at best. This note I took down, I think summarizes a lot of the movie. Long drawn out scene. Jump scare. Snore. During the movie, the nun has a theme song. Like it's fucking SmackDown. Like she's coming into the Royal Rumble or some shit. Anytime she comes on screen, you start hearing these Mortal Kombat monk chants. I can't do a good impersonation of it. Hold on. I swear, every time she comes in, it's just like... She's just walking the corridors of the Abbey with the fucking title belt over her shoulder. You remember how I said that there's like one scene where the nun actually does something before the ending? It's a scene where the nun terrorizes Irene and sends like Pidgeotto gust at her. And I shit you not, at one point, Irene is literally on the screen like... I didn't mention that Father Burke is locked out at one point, and hey, we haven't mentioned crossword puzzles in like 15 minutes. What gives? Oh really, we haven't? Crossword puzzle revelation to find a way inside. So there's a dead nun on fire. There's a self-aware Silent Hill ripoff scene. There's honestly just really dumb interactions with nuns with all of the characters. We're just fast forwarding through this shit. There's nothing here. Sister Irene is in trouble and they try saving her. And she ends up doing a little bamboozle with the nun and spits blood in her face. By the way, they're like in a Sybaris whirlpool when she's doing that. So then Frenchie saves Sister Irene from drowning after that. Even though, spoiler alert, Frenchie is possessed. They imply the nun took over his body before she died, I guess? I don't know. It's a fun little twist, but it kind of just makes me question why Frenchie then saved Sister Irene. That is a puzzle. That is a puzzle. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe because I have more content coming your way. I've never really done something like this where I reviewed a movie that was still in theaters, so I do genuinely hope that you guys did enjoy it for what it was. Hit that notification bell so you can know every single time I post a video because I just, you know, sometimes have to re-upload videos because, you know, I just get copyright claimed all the time. Shout out to my new patrons for supporting the boy. And as always, I am Mr. GG, and I am out.
Next level.